Your attention, masters, mistresses. All systems functional for the Everything Geek podcast.
Hey, this is Rich McDonald, and I play Commander David Mason on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And you're listening to Everything Geek Podcast.
Hey, it's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Plo Koon in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and you're listening to Everything Geek, the podcast.
Hey, it's Leif Gamfert. I played Uncle Ben's killer in The Amazing Spider-Man, and you're listening to the Everything Geek Podcast.
Hello, I'm Simon Fisherbecker. You probably know me better as Dorian Moldavar from Doctor Who, or the Fat Friar from Harry Potter. And this is Everything Geek Podcast.
Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot with the Everything Geek Podcast.
You're listening to the Everything Geek Podcast, bringing you interviews from your favorite films and TV shows every week, and all of the latest news. Here's your host, Ruari Williamson.
Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson of the Everything Geek Podcast, presenting my interview from London Film and Comic Con with actor Alan Austen, best known for playing a Carbon Freezing Stormtrooper, a Bespin Guard, and a Hoth Rebel in Star Wars Episode 5 The Empire Strikes Back. Enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson of the Everything Geek Podcast. I'm here at London Film and Comic Con with actor Alan Austen. How are you today, sir?
Hello everybody.
And are you enjoying the event so far?
Yeah, I've really had a good day. I've been busy all day, signing and signing. Hardly a break. Obviously I did take a break, but it's been pretty consistent all day long. Yeah, it's just been great seeing the amount of people here. Cosplayers, I mean, the efforts that a lot of the people have gone to look their best with whatever character they're portraying. It's just incredible. Really, I've seen photographs in the past, but this is the first real event that I've taken part in, and it's just great to see the character actors.
And you mentioned this is your first convention. What has surprised you or stood out to you most today?
Sorry,
What has surprised you today, considering you've never done a convention before? This must be very new to you. Has anything surprised you, like the passion of fans, maybe?
Yeah, definitely been surprised by the passion of the fans, yeah. And it's just been it's been just really great meeting people that are passionate about Star Wars. It's really made my day. I was asked a question earlier, do I get fed up with talking about Star Wars? And not to people that are passionate about it, because their enthusiasm rubs off on me, so it makes me want to tell stories about Star Wars.
Well, if you did get fed up, you won't be here talking to me, that's for sure.
Well, very good, yeah, that would be true.
So, for our listeners who may not be familiar with your background, can you tell us how you got into acting and wanted to become an actor?
Right, well, it was a childhood ambition, and then when I was a teenager I was doing amateur dramatics, very badly I hasten to add. Then I heard about becoming a film extra, that there was an organisation called Central Castings, there was a union called, what was the union called now? I'm even forgetting what the union was called. Anyway, there was the Central Casting, basically, was how you got in. So I managed to get into the union, and then with Central Casting, and then it was a case of waiting for the phone to ring. I just wanted to do film extra work, and I wasn't really fussed what the films were. And I can't believe that my first ever job in the business was Empire Strikes Back. Just supposed to be there for a couple of days, 2 days work, and actually turned into 6 months of work. And not every day, but near enough every day for the whole 6 month period.
It's really interesting, and you did play multiple roles in the film, so it wasn't just one role. Like the Stormtroopers you played for 6 months, you were playing various different characters over that time.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. So it would be to get a scene done for a succession of days, I'd be a Hoth Rebel. Most of the time I was a Stormtrooper. That was predominantly the work that I was doing there. But yes, I did some scenes with Harrison Ford as a Hoth Rebel. And then as a Bespin Guard, obviously there's the probably famous photograph of me with Billy D. Williams. So, yeah, you actually see my face there. But predominantly as the Stormtrooper. In the gunfight, as I like to call it, in Cloud City, I was both the Stormtrooper and the Bespin Guard.
And you worked on The Empire Strikes Back for so long. Do you have a favourite memory from working on the film?
Too many favourite memories of working on that film. I became friends with my fellow extras. Friends with Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford to a certain extent. Sort of friendships for the duration of the job. I mean, we didn't sort of keep in touch afterwards. Maybe we would have done if there'd been social media in those days, but there wasn't. But yeah, it was just that camaraderie on set was absolutely fantastic. And so many funny moments. We'd often, because we're sort of early starts, late finishes, you'd grab sleep when you could on set. And, someone would nod off and they could find themselves chained up, or they could find themselves chained to a chair, or, something daubed across their face. Obviously, the fluff-ups like tripping over or bashing into a wall. But just, in general, just really great comedy moments, too few to really go into.
And as well as Empire Strikes Back, you've worked on other productions as well. Do you have a funny memory from any of those? Like, what stands out?
Not that many, strangely enough. I think sort of the most fun comes out of it is the conversations you have with people off set between takes. Certainly, the following summer after Empire, I worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark. Again, it was the same production company, so that was really intense work on that film. I'm sure that there were funny moments, probably conversational, but not that actually came out of doing the work.
And lastly, do you have any upcoming acting roles or anything else coming up that you want to talk about?
No, I gave up acting some 10 years ago. It's a very long story as to reasons why I did. But I think I made the decision that it was time for me to walk away around about 10 years ago. Although I'd done some really good work, especially in television up until that point, I made the decision. Strangely though, being back around actors, meeting up with people I haven't seen for so many years, and just being involved in this whole convention movement and the revival of Star Wars, yeah, it's got me thinking again. Maybe I should come back as a much older guy. I'm not sure. At the moment, I'm not actively seeking acting work, but if an interesting project were to stumble along, then I'd probably say yes.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Make sure to check out our podcast links. Check out our website, www.everythinggeekpodcast.com/EGP. Check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/everythinggeekcast. Check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/everythinggeekp. Check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/official everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our Mixcloud profile, www.mixcloud.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Email us at the following email, everythinggeekpodcast@gmail.com. Check out our companion podcast, Everything Geek Comiccast, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekcomiccast. Make sure to check out the hosts' YouTube channels. Mine is www.youtube.com/user/Separatist Check out Alan Austen's Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Alan Austen, and check out channel 1138 where we broadcast live from, www.channel1138.com. Geeks out, everyone.
I'm not quite sure. A vain sort of streak in my personal makeup, I suppose. I thought in those days I wanted to be a model, and I was hoping to use it as a backdoor to acting, but it didn't. But I ended up...
Rory, I have to admit it was rather accidental. I had hoped to be working in documentary film in the UK in the 70s, and I ended up doing a fair amount of stage work as a musician and electrician in